Okay, so last week we left with this question in 2011. So today I'm going to discuss the 7th question and move to the 2012 MCQ paper very soon. Right, so the 7th question is talking about Vimal studies abroad. His parents communicate with him by sending letters through postal services. He told his parent that it is clear, it is easier and cheaper to communicate through email. List 2 other methods his parent could use to communicate with Vimal using the internet. Yeah. So I'll go by the marking scheme. Right. So these are the methods. They can use online chatting, or someone can say instance messaging as well, teleconferencing or video conferencing, video chat, internet telephone, right? Those kind of technologies can be taken. So they are asking about 2 other methods, right? So if you have given any of these 2, or if you got any alternative answers, just let me know. So you can have 2 marks for that. Right, so then the part B, list 3 advantages in communicating via email instead of traditional postal mail services. So you have to give the advantages over traditional postal mail, like comparing to email, right? So you can say it is faster, definitely, and it's cheaper comparatively, right? Can communicate with all over the world, of course, right? And can send the same message to a lot of recipients at once. And you can have the attachments like animation, sounds, and all these things where we can't send with the traditional mail, right? And yeah, likewise, right? So there can be and can use 24 hours in 365 days, right? So those kind of things. So any 3 things from this list, and again any alternative answers which are appropriate can be taken, but if you got any, just let me know, right? So then I will tell you how the things are going to happen, right? So any 3 of those will give you 3 marks. So 2 marks for the first part and 3 marks for the second part. And in the second part, it says, assume that you are planning to replace the existing. Oh, yes, Suzu. Yes, Suzu. I will do my class. Huh? Okay. And sorry for that, people. So they are asking, assume that you are planning to replace the existing library information system of your school within a web-based system, right? 3 aspects you would consider in order to ensure that the new system is feasible. Yeah, people, now these 3 marks can be taken because feasibility study is not in your syllabus now. The part B, which implementation method out of direct and parallel would be most appropriate for the new library system? Justify your answer. Now that, of course, you can write, right? So you know the implementation methods, like there are 4: direct, parallel, pace, and pilot. So like direct implementation means like taking out the old system and replacing it with the new system. So there are benefits that we can use the new system straight away from the date that we have implemented, and we are not referring to the old system ever. We are just continuing with the new system. So everyone can experience a new system. But the biggest disadvantage is that if something goes wrong with the new system, there is no any backup plan, or like there is no any backup because the old system has taken away. As a solution, we can introduce the parallel implementation instead of direct implementation. So parallel implementation means like you deploy the new system as well as you are maintaining the old system for a certain amount of period, right? Until the new system is confirmed, and until it is been satisfied with the users. Then when the users are satisfied with the new system, so they can get rid of or stop the old system being maintained, right? So the advantage is, if something goes wrong with the new system, there is always a backup, right? And the disadvantage is, until the old system being stopped, you have to maintain, or like you have to do the same work 2 times, right? That would be the disadvantage regarding the parallel implementation. So here they are talking about library information system, and much better solution is the parallel implementation, right? So here they have talked about it. Parallel implementation is suitable. In parallel implementation, the old system and the new system can be run for a specific time together. If the new system is successful, old system can be stopped and new system could be continued, so that this method will be more safer. If the new system fails, the effects to the system will be less, right? Like some particular idea, like some idea which suits to this will be a suitable answer, right? So if you have given that appropriately, you can take 2 marks. Right? So we are done with the second paper of the 2011. So please add the things up and see how much you got out of 60, right? Himidiri, Dua, that actually cannot be taken as a correct one, Dua. It is because like to take an idea about the new system, Dua, that is why acceptance testing is there. So like we actually do not do any comparison in between 2 systems, Dua, like because it is been done during the process of system development life cycle. It's kind of we are creating the system to get matched with the things that we do, right? So we actually the problem or the place that we have to be careful is in case of failures, right? So if you are given the comparison fact, they won't take it as a valid point, right? So that, of course, you will lose the marks for that, though. Is that clear, Himidri? Right. Okay, great. Right, okay. Yeah, hold on a second, people. Yeah, and Dulagi, yeah, I think we missed the 6th one. Neda duwa. Api 6th එක කතා කරන්නේ නැතුව නතරකදී. Yes, we haven't. Okay. So moving to the sixth one, people. I missed the sixth question. So let's go for the sixth one. Yeah, there it goes. It says a shop selling handicraft items considered starting on online business. Okay, so the people who are doing handicraft items or like selling handicraft items, they thinking about starting an online business. List 3 advantages the shop would gain by selling online. Right, so there are many. You can open for a large customer base, right? So these kind of things. It says selling goods to the buyers at distance, can quickly transfer the document related to the transaction, provide service in 24/7 and 365 days, no problems in shopping like vehicle parking. And again, you can say it will be the products will be available uh, for a very big customer base. That means the entire globe is when we put something online, entire internet population uh, is able to see that, right? So that's a very big market segment, right? And those kind of things, right? So and as the very first one, reduce cost of goods due to reduction of rent, employee salaries, and all these things, right? And you don't need to maintain a physical shop or a physical premises, right? There are many benefits. So they are asking about how many? 3. So like if you give any 3 which is suitable, so you can take 3 marks. And if you got any alternative answers, just let me know, people, right? So I will confirm whether it is suitable or not. Right, and hold on, people. Right, sorry for that. And the next question is like list 2 methods of protecting the information of online store from unauthorized access. List 2 methods of protecting the information of online store from unauthorized access. So we can simply say it's the firewalls, right? And you can use the methods like having username and passwords, right? And even for installing antivirus software can also be taken, right? So any 2 answers from this, right? So you can take 2 marks for that. So see whether you got it correctly, people. Otherwise, just if you got any alternative answers, or always just let me know, right? And people, next week you are getting a holiday, people, right? On 2nd of January, you are going to have a holiday, right? So we are going to meet not the 2nd, but the 9th, right? So just keep that in mind as well, right? Okay, so then this is going to be the answer for the part B. So any 2 of these things will give you 2 marks. And the third part, this part C, it is asking briefly explain 2 methods that would promote the website among customers. Yeah, we can do many different ways. Like we can do social media promotions, we can do SMS campaigns, we can do email campaigns, right? We can throw some advertisements, like online advertisements, right? So those kind of things can be done, right? Even we can use the traditional medias like radio, TV, newspaper, handbills, kind of things. Still, it is kind of a way that a customer is going to know about the website, right? So like online methods as well as traditional methods can be used, right? So any now have they asked about any? Yeah, they ask about two methods. So that means 2 marks can be given for this, right? And the very last part is asking, assume that one of your uncles have decided to use online shopping and asked your advice on safe online shopping. List 3 recommendations you would give to him. Yeah. Now, when it comes to the recommendations, right? So these kind of things can be recommended. Know with whom you are dealing with. That means it's better we contact a trustworthy seller, right? Not just going and doing an online transaction with an ad hoc one, right? So it's better you get to know either by researching or by taking a recommendation from a friend or someone, right? Whether this seller is a reliable one, a reliable party, right? And know exactly what you are buying, right? So uh, some like when it comes to the e-commerce website, since the what we call the product is displayed, sometimes it's not the product, it's not the picture that describes the product. So it's better you read the details and see whether it is a new one or a refurbished one, kind of things. People, just excuse me for a moment. Right, sorry for that. And yeah, when you are buying these things, so know how much it will cost, right? So sometimes it comes from dollars, euros, Australian dollars, dinars, euros, kind of things. So it's better have the idea that is not those things are not in rupees in most of the cases. And some other sites are there, like local sites. They give you the figures in rupees, right? So then check out the terms and conditions and return policies, and print or save details of your transaction, right? If you think about a situation or a condition like the present, online transaction are a little bit delayed due to the situations in the countries. So it's better you have the details so you can claim it or you can complain it about your order or not receiving any particular item, right? So these things can be taken as recommendation, and there can be more recommendations. Like if you have any alternative answers, just let me know. So have they specify any? Yeah, they said give 3 things, right? So you can have 3 marks for this. So these things are going to be the answers, right? If you got any alternatives, just let me know so you can have the idea whether it is correct or not. And people, please finalize the marks and let me know as well, right? And then after, we can move to the 2012 MCQ paper, right? So meanwhile that you are totaling the things in 2011, I'll take you to the 2012 answer script. So, and meanwhile, just let me know, people, right? How's your final mark is. And yeah, this is the marking scheme of 2012 paper. Yes. So please mark it and let me know the incorrect questions. Yes, Onetro, that's a very good mark. Keep it up. Yes, others? How about you people? And meanwhile, please mark the MCQ of 2012. Bisandi, keep it up. Like you are 4 marks short for the 85 limit. So have it do it. You have the thing now, right? So keep it up. Dulagi, that's a very good mark, right? Keep it up. Okay. Anitra, I got yours. 15, 26. 28, 30, and Himidivi 3, 15, 40. Okay. And Tulagi 3 and 36th, right? All right. How about others? Yeah, Bisandi and who else? Ah, yeah, it's only Bisandi's part that I need. Since okay, Bisandi 8, 24, 36, and 39. 8, 24, 36, and 39. All right. Now, since the room is low in number, there may be few more questions for us to discuss, but let's discuss these things and see whether the others got more questions to be discussed, right? Okay, so let me start with the third one. Yeah, hold on. Meanwhile, I have to clear the canvas and take the 2012. All right. So first, the third one, which of the following shows the storage devices arranged according to their access speed from lowest to fastest? So, like when it comes to the storage devices, like there are like temporary storage devices, that means like the memories, and the permanent storage devices, like the secondary storage, like hard disk and all these things. So if you think about the memory hierarchy, registers has the fastest access speed, right? And after the registers, it's the cache memory. After the cache memory, it's the random access memory. After the random access memory, then we are thinking about the secondary storage, right? So when it comes to the secondary storage, magnetic media has the lowest access speed. I mean like, yeah, access speed is lower. Then than that, the optical media is faster than the magnetic media. Solid state is faster than the optical media, right? So solid media has the fastest access speed, then the CDs and DVDs, optical media, then finally the magnetic media, right? In some of the cases, it's slightly differ, right? But in the common case, it goes like that. So here we have, they are asking from the slowest to the fastest. So floppy disk, hard disk, and main memory. So definitely main memory is going to be the fastest one, right? So main memory is at the very end. That means they are asking us to arrange it from slowest to fastest. Yeah. So floppy disk, hard disk, and main memory. Main memory definitely the higher one. Comparing to the floppy disk and hard disk, floppy disk is kind of a magnetic tape kind of one. So like hard disk is using magnetic particles and the header. So hard disk is much faster than the floppy disk. So one can be taken as the answer, right? So the third one is wrong because main memory is at the middle. Fourth one is wrong because main memory is at the beginning, right? For the third one, it should be the first answer, right? So when it comes to the magnetic media, the hard disk, floppy disk, and magnetic tapes are there. So magnetic tapes are considered to be the slowest, and floppy disk are faster than the magnetic tape, and the hard disk is faster than the floppy disk, right? So due to those reasons, third one can be taken as the answer. I'm sorry, first one can be taken as the answer for the third question, right? Okay, so then the eighth one, yeah, binary coded decimal uses 4 bits to represent each digit in the decimal number system. What is the bit pattern used to encode the decimal number 28 in BCD code? Now, how we are going to remember the BCD number system? In BCD, it uses 4-bit code, that means 4 ones and zeros, to indicate the values from 0 to 9. Right? So we can easily construct those values using the place value of a binary number like this. So if you want to create 0, it's going to be 4 zeros. If you want to create 3, 1 will be there under 2 and 1 will be there under 1. So 3 is made. These things are zeros, right? So this is 0. This is 3. If you want to create 9, 8, and the 1, it's going to be the 9, right? So likewise, from 0 to 9, decimal values are represented from a binary code which has 4 bits. So what they're asking is, what is the BCD code for the 28? So 2 can be represent like 0, 0, 1, 0. 8 can be taken as 1, 0, 0. So 28 means 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, should be there. So 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0 represents by this. So it's going to be the answer, the second one. And the 15th, what is the function key for obtaining help in a word processing software? It's going to be F2, as I remember. So the 15th, is it the second one? Oh, sorry, the F1. Hold on. Word processing software. Let me check on that, people. Yeah, people, it's my bad. It's F1, right? Some very remote question, but F1. F2, we use it for the renaming parts and all these things. Yeah, I was mixing that up. So 15, it's the first one, F1. 24th. Which of the following is correct regarding a primary key of a database table? Yeah, primary key, we generally know primary key is used to recognize a record uniquely in a particular table. So primary key can be empty. No, primary key cannot be empty, because primary key is using to recognize a record uniquely. So if the primary key is not available, means that record cannot be recognized uniquely, right? So it cannot be, it must not be empty. And primary key must be of numeric data type. No, there is no must be of numeric data type. It can be a numeric, and as well as it can be some other data type as well. So it is wrong. Third one, it says primary key must be of text data type. Again, it does not have a specific data type, right? Because of that, it is wrong. Primary key must be unique. Definitely. Primary key must be a unique one. So think about your index number or the admission number at school. It is unique. So from the admission number, you will be recognized uniquely in the school. Not by your name. There can be another person who is having your name, not by your birthday, not by your address, right? Because if two or more people are coming from the same address, like brothers and sisters, you won't be able to recognize from the address uniquely, right? So if it is going to be a primary key is having two special features. It must have unique values, and it must not be a null one or an empty one, right? So fourth one can be taken as the answer for the 24th. 26th. A collection of web pages accessible on the internet is known as, yeah, hold on, a collection of web pages accessible on the internet is known as. Collection of web pages means it's a website, but if someone says it is a web server, yeah, it is the place where these web pages are being published. So collection of web pages means it should be a website. For the 25th, yeah, it's the fourth answer, right? So collection of web pages are called the website, and the place which is hosting the website is called the web server. And a particular the way that a particular device recognized by the internet is called the IP address, and intranet is something which is personal to a particular company or a group of people or an organization, intranet. So it's a private one, and sometimes it says it's organizational one, like it's only there to use only for organizations, right? So anyway, the answer for the 25th is for website. And 26th, which of the following shows the domain name part of the URL? The domain name, yeah. So HTTP is the protocol, www is the service, donates.lk is the domain name. So answer is going to be the third one. And this exam docs exam, this particular thing is called the path, right? So domain name is clearly the donates.lk, right? So the answer is going to be the third one. 28. Okay, people, before I move to the 28th, is it clear up until this point? Okay, great. So moving to the 28th, which of the following defines a comment in HTML? Yeah, people, this is what you call a comment. So comment starts from an angle bracket and an exclamation mark and 2 dashes. So you can write whatever you want, and it's going to end with 2 dashes and an angle bracket. All right, so whatever you are written inside will not be considered as a part of the program or part of the web page. So it's clearly the first one. And 30th. Yes. Yeah, now you can think about this and give the answer, even though you don't know how the end these operators are working. But still you can think. We know what are the behavior of the logic gates and the truth tables, right? So if the logic is AND, both the operands should be true. If the then only it will be true. If any one of those are false, then it cannot be true, right? So like here it says 23 larger than 14, which is true. 11 larger than 8, which is true. So true and true will gives you true. So A is true. So everyone got true for the A. And here it says 23 less than 14, which is false. And 11 larger than 8, which is true. So here what they're asking is false or true. False or true is going to give you true. That's the answer. Right. Then the last one says not 23 larger than 14. 23 larger than 14 is true, but not true will create a false. Right? 23 larger than 14 is true, but not true means false. So it should be true, true, and false. So the third one is going to be the answer. Right, then the 36th. So in 36th, it is asking which of the following are correct regarding the layers available in the image editing software. Layers used in image editing software allows the object on the layer to be edited without affecting other layers. Yeah, that is why we are taking layers, right? Yeah, once we take the layers, we can place our editing separately, right? Then ඔගොල්ලෝ හිතන්න ඔයගලන්ට පින්තූරක edit කරන් තියෙනවා කියලා මේසෙකුයි පුටුවකුයි lamp එකකුයි. So if you put all three objects on a one particular layer, it won't be easy for you to handle them. If you put those things in three different layers, and one particular layer for chair, one particular layer for table, and one particular layer for layer to some particular other image, so we can manage them easily, right? So first one, yeah, that can be taken as a correct one. Layers can be inserted into an image and rename. Layers can be inserted into an image. That's the problem. Layers can be inserted into an image and renamed. No, it seems to be wrong. Two layers cannot be blended. No, they can be blended. All right, C is correct. But the problem is there is no answer saying E and C. Layers used in image editing software allow objects on the layer. Yeah, sorry for that, people. Oh, yes, my bad. It says two layers cannot be blended. It can be blended, people. So it's A only, yes. 36, the first one should be the answer. Let me check the answer, 36th. Oh no, hold on. It says the second. Layers can be inserted into an image and rename. No, that's not a very good way of explaining things, people. Layers can be inserted into an image. It should be the other way also. Like images can be inserted into a layer, onto the layer. Layer is the one which we can have it from the graphic editing softwares. So we import images onto the layer. So this says the other way around. Layers can be inserted into the image and renamed. So they have given the answer as A and B. So what they are trying to explain from the B is we can put images on the layer. At a layer image right? So I think you can remember the GIMP tool, right? So in the GIMP tool, there are two ways that we can take the pictures onto a layer. One way is like we can open a particular image as a layer, right? Or else we can create a layer and import a particular image onto that layer, right? So the layers, all these things, the details of the layers will be shown over here. So for the moment, there is no any layers. So I can add a layer like this. right? I can start a new file and you can see one particular layer over here. So I can add layers. Likewise, I can add layers. So to these layers, I can import the images, or I can go to the file and open something as a layer. Right, like this we can take. Right, so yeah, so I'm not very much agree with that they are giving the answer as A and B. B is so it's a problem with the English. Layers can be inserted into an image and renamed, right? So anyway, they have considered it as the second one, B as a correct one. Right, okay, moving forward, the 39th, which of the following help to bridge the digital divide? So it says donating computers to school with less facility. Yes, it can bridge, because digital divideness means the accessibility and the inaccessibility of the ICT resources, right? So donating computers to school with less facilities, yeah, will definitely bridge the digital divideness. Improving computer literacy of communication with less computer literacy, yes, that can also. So because some people may not use the ICT because they does not have enough knowledge. So powering up with the knowledge will make that possible. Providing internet connectivity to the communities without internet access, again, of course, because when the facilities like internet are not there, they are not in touch with the resources like the www, World Wide Web, and all these things. So providing it will enable them to connect with those, which will enable again, which will help to bridge the digital divideness. So all ABC. Dulagi, yeah, according to myself, I can give you the marks for the first one as well in 36th. So if you mark the first one, just take mark for that as well, because there is a problem with the B1. So it doesn't matter. So either first or the second, you can take the marks for the 36th. For the 39th, it's the last one. The fourth one is the answer. Okay. Finally, the 40th, which of the following helps to reduce repetitive stress injury, RSI, when using computers? So repetitive stress injuries are there, like due to workload, like when we are working with the computer is getting longer, so it will give us repetitive stress injuries, right? So keeping the wrist straight and level with the lower arm when typing, no, that will reduce the carpal tunnel syndrome, right? So it won't be a help for the RSI, repetitive stress injury. Taking precautionary measures such as blinking, avoid eye strain, that actually more into the CSV, CVS, computer vision syndrome. So if you take in precautionary measures such as blinking to avoid eye strain, it will avoid the computer vision syndrome, right? So it's not, seems to be a correct one. Keeping the computer in a suitable place to avoid indirect glare, bright light. Okay. Yeah, again, like glare again affects the visionary problems, right? But then of course we won't be able to connect with that. What was the answer for the 40th? Oh, it says the fourth. So I don't know. Fourth, which of the following have two repeated strategies? Yeah, let me refer that, people. It was there in your books. RSI. Okay, yes, people. I have mixed it up with the stress levels, right? So RSI, yeah, yes, people. It's my bad. I was thinking about something else when I'm referring to the stress. Like I was referring to the purely the stress, right? So of course, yes. So this is something which starts from your neck, most to the shoulders and to the fingers. So definitely resting the arm will allow you to handle it, as well as you can avoid the carpal tunnel syndrome from that as well. But it helps here as well, right? And what are the other two? Taking precautionary measures such as blinking to avoid eye strain. I wonder how the eye strain is going to be there. Affected areas can show swelling, hardness, and the mass is so disorders. Pain. The cause of the pain is, yeah. It says incorrect posture. So incorrect posture, yeah, can define in many different ways. Yeah, maybe because yes, it's not a very good way of providing the answers. People like now incorrect posture. Now this is what you call incorrect. This is the correct posture. There are ways that we can have incorrect postures, but incorrect postures, it's going to be in different ways, right? So like keeping the eyes and glares and all these things will not affect on the RSI. Yeah, people, let me read about it more, people. I don't know. I think according to the explanation in the book, uh, A only affects. It's not B and C. I don't think B and C is going to be a direct cause for the RSIs. Right? Let me check it. Like for the moment, just you all just consider the answer, the fourth one, but I'll go through it and tell you. Right? Uh, it's. I don't think so, people. I don't think so. Right? Hold on. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. Yes, people. Now RSI courses. If we search for the RSI courses, right? So it says retain computer using a computer mouse, type in, swipe in items and supermarket checkout, grasping tools, work in an assembly line, trains. Like it's purely like it as it explains it goes with the muscles and all these things. People, so I don't think the factors that affect in eyes will give you a RSI, right? So yeah, yes, people. It seems it's clear. Uh, it's only A is going to be the answer. A only, right? Not the like taking precautionary measures such as blinking to avoid eye strain and keeping the computer in a suitable place to avoid indirect glare. Yes, it like someone can argue it's regarding the eye muscles, right? So again, it's kind of a stress injury, but it's not that clear, people. Yeah, so like I don't know. I'm not agree with the answer saying 4. If it is going to be 4, everything is going to be correct, because there are factors that someone can argue in both the ways, right? Yeah, so like once in a while, these kind of questions will be there. So don't worry about it, people. So just for 40, just take the marks for any question, people. For any answer. So don't worry about it. All right, so that's wind up the questions, and certainly by the next week there will be some more questions from this, because there are less in the number is less in the room. So yeah, by next week I'm going to ask it again from the people who have done this. Do you got any extra questions to be discussed, right? So let's do it like that. And yeah, have you all done the 2012 second paper, people? Yes, anyone who has not completed the second paper? Right. Yeah, yeah, people. So like sometimes maybe like because of this year end, like people are busy with going trips and all these things. Maybe because of that, people maybe because of that could be the reason that people are less in the room. So let's do it like this, people. I'll end the session today from here, since there are very low number of students in the room. Right, by next week we'll talk about the rest of the things, like any new questions to be asked from the others. I'm going to discuss about them, those things again, right? Not the questions that we talked today, right? The additional ones. And we'll move to the 2012 second paper, all right? So for the moment today, since the crowd is low, I'm going to end the session from here, people. So I'll meet you on not next week, but week after. That means specifically it's the 9th we are going to meet, not the 2nd, right? So yeah, so the people who had the Christmas, Merry Christmas, people, and happy 2022 for everyone, right? Be safe, and I'm going to meet you on 9th for the very same time to discuss the 2012 second part, right? All right, people. So thank you very much and happy new year again. Right. Okay, people. So you can disconnect. I'm going to end the session from this point.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay, Dua. Thank you
you,
very
sir.
much. Right. Okay, Dua. Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much. Thank you very much. Okay, Himidiri. Thank you very much.